One of the more challenging things to do when you're writing your memoir is deciding when to expand on a scene. And a lot of times writers, particularly beginning writers, will summarize, they'll focus on moving quickly through situations. And most of the time, I usually suggest to draw something out, expand it, give me some more details. So here we have a scene one of my students wrote. On a hot summer's day about 7 years ago, I was at my cottage with my family enjoying the weekend. My sister and I decided to play some tennis, so we walked to the tennis court that was down this long walkway that wraps around a quarry of water. Once we reached the court, we got all set up with our brand new tennis balls that smelled like pure rubber. My sister tends to be very competitive with me. We walked into the court with the mentality, this is a do or die moment. So there's some potential here. We're getting to the scene and there's going to be some competition and, a high point of action between her and her sister. But there's a number of things here that could be expanded. So one of those is when they talk about, when she talks about, we got all set up. So what does setting up look like? You could just add a few details, took the racket out of the case, and put it down on the chair, whatever. You just can add a few details there. Not too much. We don't want to spend a whole paragraph dealing with that. But we got all set up is a summary of the action of setting up. So a very small little addition there that could add a little bit of visual detail to that. I do like the point when she says the tennis ball smelled like pure rubber. Now, that last sentence says, my sister tends to be very competitive with me. So, of course, we're summarizing a whole history. There might be 20 years of history here between these two people. If this was a larger memoir, we would have had a story earlier on, a scene earlier on, showing that competition between the two of them. So I guess here, being a short 500-word story that this comes from, I can understand how the writer has to sort of summarize that. My sister tends to be very competitive with me. So we have to trust the author there. But then she goes, we walked into the court with the mentality, this is do or die moment. It needs to be an A there, of course. There's also a comma splice in that sentence, a little punctuation issue. But more broadly, how does she know that her sister had a do or die attitude or mentality? Is there something that her sister is doing? Is she saying anything? Is she giving her, eyeballs, and have a serious look on her face? Let's just add that level of detail so we don't have to necessarily trust the author. We see it from the eyes of the author. We can see what her sister is doing that reflects that mentality.